super, super intrigued to find all of these amazing health benefits just from going without food for a duration of time. Diabetes is a huge one for me, understanding the insulin production with that, or insulin resistance rather. Okay, so here's an update. I'm frozen. 3 more hours. Okay, happily surprised. Feeling really good. Trying to kind of give it to you straight with what I am interpreting, applying into my life, and taking you guys along for the journey, letting you know how this is all going. Hey guys, so let it be known, it is just about 7 o'clock p.m., 6:45. I've got 15 minutes out until I am going to officially start we're gonna go for a 24-hour fast, and that is the goal. Might push further, we're gonna see how we're gonna do, but 24 is the name of the game that I've got in my mind. So I'm just going to mix up some AG1 greens, going to finish my pepperette, and have a pair before we call her quits. Gonna drink my water too. I am gonna be doing a water fast, so I'm going to be able to consume my water. I'm super excited. I'm not too nervous. You guys are gonna be with me for the go here. It's officially 7 o'clock. I am done all of my snacks and my AG1 greens, and now I'm going to just be moving on to some water. My favorite is sparkling, so that is gonna be probably my best friend for the next 24 hours. I'm so excited to get this going, and I plan, as I check in with you guys during each stage of tomorrow and the duration of the 24-hour fast, to kind of explain to you why I'm so excited. Let's head upstairs. I'm gonna do some editing. I'm going to read my books. I'm reading fast like a girl. That is the whole reason that I've been so excited to do this. So thank you, Dr. Mindy Pelz, because you have been my inspiration, and I'm just so excited to see all the magic that happens. So I'm reading that, and I'm also just reading that no-brainer romance novel kind of book. And then sayonara, going to bed, waking up really early, and meeting my girlfriend at the gym for a workout. So let's get to it. Good morning. It's 5:40 a.m. Just getting ready to go to the gym, my girlfriend, and feeling really good because I don't typically, like I usually do, anywhere between a 12 and 13 hour window of not eating and fasting. Yeah, so feeling good. It's not my first time doing a fasted workout. Definitely won't be the last. Not going to be pushing it too hard today. I want to be releasing more of the glucose from my muscle cells that have been stored there. So I'm gonna be pulling all that out for my energy and just putting myself into like a little bit more of a ketosis state by doing that. Yeah, the goal isn't to be breaking my muscle down too much, not lifting super heavy today, because I will not be refueling my body afterwards. So let's hit the gym. Woohoo! Okay, I'm actually like not that awake, as I feel like I'm somewhat sounding with that. Back home, it's about 7:30 now. I actually have been home for a little while, probably about 20 to 30 minutes, and I was just cleaning up the salon. Had to put all of the Christmas decor back in there. Very late to putting the Christmas decor away. So I think the name of the game is going to be keeping busy today, which is perfect because I have an entire stacked day down here. So I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna get myself showered and ready, the kiddos, I'm gonna help with getting them ready for school, get lunches made, all of that stuff, and then I jump right into work. But while I have a second to chat, days 16 to 19 are said to be very good days to fast during our cycle, right before we go into our luteal phase. I think the reason behind that, estrogen loves to be fasted, but progesterone does not. Progesterone is our luteal phase of the cycle. So I am going to give this a whirl. We're already doing really well. I definitely do feel a little bit hungry after my workout, but keeping busy help with that. Gonna be drinking a good chunk of water today to curb the hunger. I didn't read any of her tips and tricks yet, which I wanted to, but then life gets busy. Couldn't read that far in the duration of time that I had, and I knew that the 16 to 19 days of my cycle window were open, and that I did want to give it a try. So we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep doing it. Maybe we'll find some tips and tricks of our own. Okay guys, checking back in. It is 10:40, so 20 minutes shy of 16 hours of a fast, I believe. Heading upstairs, I did have a cancellation. It is snowing outside today, and yeah, had a little bit of a cancellation. So just going to head up, probably go and do some studying or some just enjoyment reading. I'm trying to figure out which one is going to keep me a little bit more captivated, but currently feeling really good, not feeling super hungry and not having any bit of a headache or anything like that. I actually did get a little bit nervous for the weather, as sometimes the up and down weather and the pressure changes, I can feel a little bit of a headache. I have, knock on wood, not had a migraine for quite some time. If you have seen a couple of my very, very first videos, I was dealing with a lot of migraines, and I thought that that had something to do with the copper IUD that I had, and I completely got rid of that and have felt so much better probably like 3 months after I had completely rid my body of it. Also, I think too, was if I was having a lot of sugar, a huge like sugar hangover, I guess we could call it. Going to have more water, and then I think I might do a tea as well, because I am pretty sure that that will not break my fast. I wanted to really jump in and kind of start reading a little bit more of the Fast Like a Girl book, just so I can see little tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. So I might kind of just skim a few pages. I know I can have coffee, but I don't personally like to have it black. I like to have it with my protein in it. So that won't be happening today. I don't have caffeinated coffee anymore. I've been doing decaf pretty well every day, other than those little like Nespresso pods, the seasonal flavors. Those are caffeinated. So I have had those in the mix, but not daily, which is served me well. And I think that's also why I'm doing quite well with this whole fasting process, contributing to not having a headache and all that stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna fill up on my water and I will chat with you guys in a bit. Okay, so here's an update. I'm frozen, partially because I'm too cheap to put on the couple extra notches on our thermostat, partially because it's like damp outside and hasn't been like this for, well, we're not used to it. Let's just put it that way anyway. And third of all, I think because I haven't eaten anything. So also finding that I am super sleepy right now. So I'm definitely going to have to take some more water in. I haven't done super great with that. My water intake needs to get better as one of my New Year's intentions, I definitely find. So I'm gonna push myself to have some more water, because I know that it could be a bit of that. But I was trying to do some editing and whatnot for another video, and I was starting to feel myself fall asleep. So I was like, you know what, let's just go read on the couch, give my body some rest before I get back into working. Okay, so as much as I thought I fixed me being frozen, I still very much so am. So we're gonna make a tea. Also, look at all of these rainbow unicorn bell birthday decorations that are still up from our daughter's birthday. Mexico is still up from the beginning of December. We're just like, I don't even know. We're like very behind on a lot of the things. So anyways, I'm gonna make a tea. I haven't quite read if I can or not, but I feel like from very, very previous years of very limited but gathering knowledge all the same on fasting and whatnot, when that really, the intermittent fasting first became a rage, I feel like people said that they could have their tea and their coffee, and people were also having coffee with, they're doing the bulletproof coffees. I just remember thinking that it was like really different, and I wasn't quite sure if I'd be able to toss some butter or ghee into my coffee. So I'm still not gonna try that. But we are gonna do chamomile and lavender tea with nothing in it, just that. But I just need something warm because your girl's cold. Okay, now that I'm comfy cozy on the couch in my blanket and a sweater, feeling a lot warmer. Okay, so a few reasons as to why I wanted to do a fast in general, and what has gotten me so intrigued with fasting is the insane amount of health benefits that it provides. And hello, you guys, for free. You don't have to add anything in. You basically are saving yourself some money by taking things away. That's a huge one because a lot of people have a really hard time justifying spending money, especially now. New year, new us. Yes, that is like a lot of people, but a lot of people have a hard time coming off of the expense of the holiday season, all of that stuff, and don't want to necessarily be stepping into another expense for their intentions. So I think that that can often be, let's call it an excuse, lack of a better word. I do understand it, been there, done that, but anyways, this puts an end to that excuse for many reasons. And I really like this as a health standpoint, not like, yes, you can lose weight. There's all of those benefiting factors as well. But at this stage of my journey, I have gotten to a place where I'm very confident, comfortable with who I am, what I'm looking at each day, and the power behind what I have created with my body has kind of been more important to me. Also, there's just so many things that have happened. If you guys had seen my one video with my dad, he had renal failure for a good 4 to 5 years. He was on dialysis, and so he had received new kidneys, which we're very grateful for, and he's doing amazing. But that is in my genetic predisposition, as well as diabetes is huge. It actually is on definitely both sides of my dad's, like both grandparents on my dad's side. Just trying to be very mindful of long term. My grandma on my dad's side also has Parkinson's, so again, all of these things, trying to be very mindful because it is huge. Watching them now at 30 years old personally, and watching my family and actually grasping and taking in how much they've done, how hard they've worked in their life, and then seeing the way that it plays out, I am getting a reality check, and luckily right now where I can still do things about it. Dr. Mindy Pelz's book, Fast Like a Girl, has really been outlining and speaking, like honestly, probably shouting at me about all of these things. And every time I read another sentence, I'm just like, yes, like this applies to me. I'm ready for this. She's like, try really hard to separate the duration of the fast with like understanding how difficult that is. Like, I'm not even looking at it that point of being like, oh my gosh, 24 hours, I wouldn't be able to do that. Oh my gosh, like anything more than that, I wouldn't be able to do that. I do think I can do that. And I think it's because the drive and motivation behind me of wanting to be well, giving myself the longevity and the optimum health in my lifetime. Those are huge, huge, huge foundations, huge components. And honestly, you guys, like I haven't done a New Year's video, so let's just kind of throw this in here. My intent for the year is just to continuously build these foundations stronger, building blocks on that foundation of health. For me, that looks like a lot of chemicals being extracted from my day-to-day, trying to be a little bit more mindful, less exposure to chemicals, which is going to be very difficult. It's going to look like a lot of rearranging for me, especially when it comes to my job. I do use gloves when I'm applying color to clients, but not when I'm mixing it, not when I am washing it out. Mainly, it's just so that I'm not staining my fingers and my hands, which it shouldn't just be a preventative measure. It should definitely be, again, like that internal component. What is my body absorbing? So that is a big thing for me. I'm going to get to some reading, and then I will also be discussing some of the different phases or the durations, like what we can kind of unlock during each phase or duration of a fast. Just like little bullet points. You guys definitely need to get Dr. Mindy Pelz's Fast Like a Girl book. Hands down. Haven't even read through the whole thing. I'm just like amazed with the chapters and the pages that I've already read. So. Well, guys, it is 3:58 p.m. I am 4 hours out, 20 hours down of my fast. So, oh, wait, actually, didn't I start at 7? I'm thinking I'm like 8. So, oh my goodness, I'm like 3 more hours. Okay, happily surprised. Feeling really good. I think it was a very smart idea for me to be working and busy down in the salon, not heading upstairs, not being around food, no temptation, anything like that. So that has been really good. I don't have any hunger cues at the moment, and I don't have any pounding in my head or anything like that. So again, great. Still a little on the chilly side. However, it is typically cooler in the salon. Not too many like closed walls, like full walls closed off to keeping that insulation in. So that could be it as well. Or at least I'm going to tell myself that so that I don't think that I'm just starving. Anyway, so okay, I guess while I'm waiting for my next client to come, I'm going to chit chat with you guys a little bit about my reasonings of like what led me to this in general. I did already kind of go into what I want on a healthier perspective and all that stuff, and like a little bit of genetic predisposition. Diabetes is a huge one for me, understanding the insulin production with that, or insulin resistance rather, and just the effects that sugar has on the body in general, but definitely in the diabetic body, and watching my family go through certain things. I just do not want to have to deal with any of that, or hopefully not. I'm doing all that I can, and a big thing with fasting is that there is autophagy with your cells, just deciding which ones are not worth salvaging and then which ones do need repair, focusing on that with the ketones, I believe, as using with energy. If anyone out there knows and wants to correct me if I am wrong, I am so about the learning process, just trying to kind of give it to you straight with what I am interpreting, applying into my life, and taking you guys along for the journey, letting you know how this is all going. But anyways, so fasting, if you hit, I think it's 17 hours, that process of autophagy, you're also going to be pulling out the stores of glycogen in your fat, your muscles, and lastly, it's the liver. I think that's a pretty long detox. There's different time frames that actually, you know what, why don't I kind of cheat sheet it, and maybe I'll put it up here in the corner as we're chit-chatting. Super intrigued to find all of these amazing health benefits just from going without food for a duration of time, and different durations of time can cause different healing effects in the body. I am, yes, just waiting for a client, just having a seat, resting, having some water, and reading my Kindle. So I'm gonna get back to that, and then I will let you guys know how I'm feeling after I'm done work. Well, it's official. It's 7:04 p.m. Made it to 24 hours. I'm actually not very hungry. Don't have a headache still, so doing really well. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm going to help with bedtime routine for the kiddos and get some water into me. And then I think I might just dive into a little bit of, I was gonna say school, but probably editing, and then dive into my book a little bit further. I am like a bingeable person. I get addicted very easily. Or not the beginning of the book, but like get me into the core, and I'm like, ooh, I just like, now I can't put the book down. I feel like I'm wanting to pick it up all the time. Same with a show. That's why I've been off all of my shows, because I will stay up until like 3 a.m. watching them. At least with the book, I'm like, I can't open my eyes anymore, so I'm putting it down. Anywho, I'm gonna see if I can make it through the rest of the night. I'm sure I can. It's mind over matter at this point. We got this.